Know that you can see me, but I can't see you. Hold on. Hold on. Technical difficulty. There we go. Good morning, Beckie Belote here, from Newport News, Virginia. I am a creative memories advisor, and I'm glad to see you today. And um, somebody sent me an email recently saying that she was buying direct from home office and that she was switching to me because she watches my videos and she loves how wonky I am. I was standing in a restaurant and I literally just burst out laughing. So thank you for that chuckle. And yes, yes, I am wonky. So that was a great description. Anyway, thanks for tuning in today. I have an idea that I'm going to share. I hope. In fact, this is one that I'm going to recommend that you don't do alongside me, to just watch first and see if you like it. Because I haven't actually completed the spread. I've just kind of been playing with it. So I don't want you to be disappointed if you don't like it. All right. So, anyways, let's check this out because I think it's going to be fun. One thing I want to give you a reminder about, we had a really good new product release on Monday. Has for those of you that like to travel, especially road tripping, it's called Hit the Road, and it's got really fun things, and it's a $90 bundle if you get it before the 18th, I believe, 18th at 1 o'clock. So if you buy it before that, it's only $90 as a pre-release, as a first release price, and then it goes up to $100.50. So anyways, great bundle. I think you're gonna like it for those road trips. In addition, there are some bringbacks. So these are punches that people are constantly asking me for. These are punches that people are paying big money for on eBay and stuff like that. Ones that you may have indeed been looking for. So you can get them in the United States for $29 until they run out or until the 18th. So it's just a limited release. So it's the Wheatland punch. It's the Grassland. I think it's grassland, maybe punch, but it looks like grass. That's a beautiful one. If you have the Border Maker cartridge that does grass, these are bigger spindles and they work great together as well. So I think that you'll like that. The third one is Cityscape. So it looks like maybe a California or a New York City cityscape, lots of buildings. So that's really fun. And the last one is Happy Camper. That was one that sold out very quickly. And they have that back. It has a camper. It's it's definitely just a fun, travel one that has these kind of retro-ish campers, I guess. I don't, I'm not a camper because I just wouldn't do good on I wouldn't do well. So anyways, um, so although one time I had an experience where we went to Hatteras, North Carolina. Any North Carolina girls out there? And somebody talked me into going on a beach thing where we actually slept outside, no tents, on top of those little like lawn chairs, and it was actually kind of cool. So maybe I could do camping. I don't know. I still don't think. I think that was a one-off. So, let's go ahead and get started. I am going, so I told you, I think, oh, so we talked about the new releases. Also, Slide Rule is back. Slide Rule, this one sold out really fast in the first few days. So if you didn't get one of these, you can now get one of those. Also, birthday cake. It's the smaller size punch. And I think I sold my own when we sold out so that somebody could have one and not me. Um, and so now I will get my own, but it's this size, but it has a birthday cake on it. All right. So there we go. Let's go ahead and get started with this experiment this morning. Thanks for appreciating my wonkiness. All right, so let's get this screen set up for you. All right, so what I'm gonna do this morning is fold the papers together. I don't really think it matters for this particular skill, but I'm doing it just because I like to get into the habit because sometimes it does with some of the things that I do. I'm going to cut off 4.5 inches. Okay. And that's not a mystery number because remember, I'm making this up as I go along. We're doing a 4.5 inch. All right. And now I need a color to build on. What color do we want to build on today? These are going to be the colors. Um, hmm. How about maybe I wish I could hear you because oh, I think I'm gonna do like a beige. That's gray. Going to the brown family. Am I out of beige? One, do I like that? I kind of do. All right, and then what I'm gonna have to do is stand up and walk over to my paper files, which are right beside me. All right, don't leave. Please don't leave. I'm just gonna go get one piece of paper. It'll take me a second. Uh, I'm gonna grab some more while I'm at it because I like this color. It's a great neutral. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the bottom. Thanks for waiting. Oh, sometimes that happens when I am being inspired. Don't like that I have overwashed my color here. You can't see how pretty this is. Let's see if I can get it closer. That it's really I haven't put sunlight. It's road lights right here. It's kind of washes out the color, and I have oh my goodness, this is not a good day. What is causing that? Yeah. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can fix it. Focus. Focus. Okay, gosh, I feel really bad about that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reverse my color so that you can see. In a pinch, we're gonna do that. Okay, so now I need a tape runner. So I'm gonna grab from my handy dandy rotating tool caddy because this makes things easier to find. Uh, we are going to go ahead and be brave and we're going to stick this down. I like to put a little bit of color poking out at the top just to give that some depth, dimension, layering. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about an error that I just did, and I'm gonna recut the paper, and I'll tell you why. I didn't pay attention when I cut these two pieces of paper. Sometimes it matters, and in this case, it mattered. We have I cut two different pieces of papers, and I allowed the patterns to be going in different directions. And I am pretty confident because I use this particular line for a make and take. This is noteworthy, by the way. I'm pretty confident I have a spare sheet, and that is just lucky on my part. So I think I'm going to go with the vertical stripe. So what I should have done before I folded my papers toward each other, I should have made sure that any side that mattered, I was concentrating on the dot side and knew the dot side didn't matter. But this matters. You know, you need to make sure the papers are going the same direction before you fold them. So I think we cut off 4.5, right? So I'm gonna get rid of 4.5 of this and then we'll be square. So glad you didn't start cutting. That would have been a disaster if I said, do this with me. Let's screw up your paper. All right, so now I'm gonna try again. All right, just a little smidgen up there. This one should still have adhesive on it. Center this on my boards. Wonkiness is really coming out today. Oh, that makes me laugh. You just made my day. I can't think of the name. Somebody that was so sweet to place an order on my website. Boy, I appreciate that so much. It made my whole day. And then the little wonky comment just made me giggle. All right, so this piece is mint green. It's not showing up, but it's mint green. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna pay attention. Let's actually do my scrap over here. Why I'm grabbing my other scrap because I know that the lines are going the same. Well, we're going to make sure that the lines are going the same on two of these. There we go. We're going to want these two together. All right. That's going to be very important on this next skill. And this next skill, we're also going to fold them together. Okay, I'm going to actually do the brown side in because it's going to be easier for you to see. All right, so the matching colors are facing each other. All right, now this next step, there is no rhyme, no reason to how you do this. Okay, I'm going to say that. I know you like measurements, but it doesn't matter. You need to pick a line over here. I'm gonna, again, it doesn't matter. Pick a line and make an angle. All right, so I'm gonna put my little dot there. Actually, it doesn't even matter whether you have a line. All right, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't matter. Just put your little point on the edge here, anywhere you want to, depending on how big your paper is, because this could be done with a 12 by 12 piece of paper. It could be done with an 8 by 8 piece of paper. It could be done with any size paper that you want. You're going to put the corner on the line and you're going to cut off at an angle. All right. So that angle can vary, whatever you want. All right. I'm going to cut it here. All right. After you do that first one, let's cut a little bit of a, so we have now a vertical line here. So now we don't have, we can scoot it over any amount. All right. I'm going to get rid of a little slither. I'm going to pull this to the 1/2 inch mark, which is the first line on the right. And I'm going to get rid of that sliver. Maybe not permanently. Well, I'm thinking about getting rid of it. All right. And then I'm going to do, I'm going to do an inch. Okay. You can do as many cuts or as few cuts as you want. All right. All right. So now we're going to cross our fingers that what I am hoping to, that this did has actually done it. So we're going to open it back up. Okay. And we get this look, which I think actually is pretty good. I wish you could see that there is still a beautiful contrast here. In fact, why don't we put it up here? In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that on purpose because we're experimenting and it doesn't matter if I change my mind. All right. And then what I'm going to do is put some of these back in. So I eliminated this one. I think I may put it back, but I don't think so. And we are now going to put these guys back in. Now, what is happening if I build up here is you can't even see this one. So that's not gonna work at all. Let's do it down here. And then we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. Actually, I kind of like this. All right, what do you think? Is that kind of interesting looking? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this down. I might actually bring it almost completely to the bottom so that just a little bit peeks out like we did on the top. So in order to get total contrast, in other words, this is looking the same as if I didn't use the same piece of paper for these, different looks. So kind of think about that when you're making it. This is how I learned my mistakes. And this one actually is okay because I actually still like it, but it was not my goal. I wanted it to look a little bit different. And I wish you could see this mint green. It's really pretty together. I might have to break out I have a light that I shine directly on me that maybe would have fixed this, not sure. But it's not handy. You would not be happy if I went out to get that. All right, so let me see if maybe bringing it closer, you can see the color. I don't. There, we'll put it there. You can see the angle there. See the contrast. Okay. So next thing I want to do, I'm going to grab a piece of white. This has some white dots in it. I know you can't see, but there are some white dots in it. So I'm going to grab a piece of white. I know I have white, so that's not a problem. And I am going to grab that slide reel to show you how pretty that looks. And we're gonna add that to this page. All right, so with our border punches, don't forget that you line up the piece of paper with that first line there. My daughter is a dental hygienist and she works about 45 minutes from where I live. For those of you that are in the Hampton Roads area, I live in Newport News. She lives in Virginia Beach. And because I think she's the best hygienist in the whole world. I travel to get my teeth cleaned. So I have an appointment today. And so I knew that I had to kind of ab lib this morning on this because I think you all forget about me when I wait and do them in the afternoon, don't you? Times you do. Go ahead, tell the truth. So trying to get this out early so that you will watch me. And I appreciate it when you like my videos. Um, that always makes me happy and it helps people to see that I am doing videos and that they are good. They may be wonky, but you get some good tips from them sometimes, even if it's what not to do, right? Sometimes we need to know, oh wow, that's a mistake I don't want to make. All right. So I'm not liking if you don't start exactly perfect on the line, you're going to get this phenomenon. I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim them off and show you that it doesn't matter. Grab my little scissors. I'm going to trim this one off. And I'm going to trim this little smidgen off here. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to trim a whole one off. And the reason why is because we're not trimming half from each side. I'm just going to kind of balance it out so that they're about the same length. And I'm going to be done with it. All right. And then I think I'm going to throw it through here. Okay. Do you like that? Adds a little something, something. All right. Oh, and the color is showing up nicely here. Wow. How cool is that? If I had built on probably white, it probably would have been better because I can see this beige. Actually, in person, it looks much better. For you all, the contrast is not as much for you to see. But it actually is a nice color. It just I think if I had to do it over again, I would build it on white. So if you were copying me exactly, please maybe put your build right into your album. That way it'll save you. You don't actually need to build on cardstock at all if you want white. Okay, right? All right, so I wanted to point out some things. This is another item that has come back. We sold out of the noteworthy embellishments immediately when they came out. So again, a lot of you probably did not get these. These are really nice, especially for those of you that like to put little blurbs or like sometimes I put stickers on these. Like for instance, what would be good? This line, by the way, has two robust sticker packs. It has one sticker pack that has mostly titles that would take you throughout the entire year. And it has one sticker pack that has icons. And it's got 6 strips in that one. So if you're looking at it and like, wow, that one's more expensive than I thought. It's because it's got 6 strips instead of 3. So that's what's going on with that. It's double the price because it's double the icons. So what I like to do sometimes with this, so we have Easter coming up. I think I've used my Easter strips maybe. I really like this one, and I'll tell you why. This one is like perfect for this page, and I did not plan that, but look at that. It's got the exact colors. So I like that one. And you can actually find, let's say, this little thing, guy. Look at this. So this would be a great little journal box if you had a little something, something to say, or it would be a great place to throw that sticker, wouldn't it? Look at that. It looks like I'm so genius, right? All right, and then we need a little bit of a how about a little, this was one of the mats that came out of the mat pack. So then I have a little mat that I could put on this page. So where are we going to put this? Well, we're not going to put it up here. Well, actually we could because it's just a little bit off color, or we could put it down here for more pop. And I think I'm going to put it down there for more pop. All right, and I'm going to grab some foam squares, or in this case, it looks like I have foam circles. These are no different. We do have foam squares. And those are exactly the same except for they're square. So don't be jealous that I have these. These were on the adhesive buffet, and I do really like them, and I wouldn't mind having them back because I think they work really nice. Especially when you have really small like dots that you want to put a pad on. So I wouldn't mind if you all asked if we had these back. Do we want it here? I think I'm going to put it here. And why? Because if I put it here, it's going to reduce my options later for when I add my photos. If I put it here, it's kind of out of the way. So I'm going to put it right down there to create that dimension. So now we're ready to add our pictures. Hope you like this, and I hope you'll try it. Before I walk away, I'm going to show you a couple others that I played with. Before, I always I do try some things just to make sure it's not going to be a total disaster. And this one I did with vellum, the exact same trick, but I put this vellum strip through the middle because the front and back are so similar. I didn't need to worry about the rotating part. Um, and hoping all my pieces are here. It looks like to me I have some missing, and we're going to still show up to you and then show you so that you get the idea. But this is exact same. You can put it anywhere. This is here, but I did not flip and flop them. I just took remember how we did one strip to throw it away? When you throw that away, it allows this spacing between. So I don't know where that missing piece is, but I just wanted to show you that this is not even a pretty color combination. It was just a practice. This vellum, if you're looking for vellum, it's very pretty, and it's from the Something Blue collection, and hopefully that piece will show up. All right. And then on the first one that I did goof on, I took my scraps that were goofs, and I cut what was left over an 8x8 piece of paper, and I tried the skill with a square. So I'm going to show you that it works with the square. This was a piece of gradient paper. How does this go? We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Not that way. Sure. Put this one here. But that one is the color that I want. So this is going to go over here. And this is going to go over here. There we go. All right, I know because this is a little bit different. I wanted to alternate colors. And then we'll see if we can find where this one goes. I'm feeling good about that. And then this one is probably, I don't know, let's put this one in. Good. And then here. So again, remember how I said it doesn't really matter how many cuts you do. This is just showing you can do more cuts, and then lay them down together. If you're going to flip and flop them, you kind of have to, you're mixing and matching from the two different squares to get the flipping and flopping. But I think that's good. And if you can imagine this as a 12 by 12, because this would have worked also with the 12 by 12. And again, make sure your patterns line up before you fold them in, and then start cutting. So that first one you do by putting a point of your trimmer anywhere on this edge to do your first cut, and at any angle. It's up to you. And once you do that first cut, then you have a nice straight line and you can move it over. So I hope that makes sense. Go ahead and play with it if you like it. And I can't wait. I would love for you to share what you've done. So anyways, I appreciate you watching me. And if you are looking for an advisor, if you are out there, watching my videos and have been buying from Creative Memories, and you would love to buy from a person that would really appreciate it, here's my website. It's www.creativememories.com/user, user, / and then my name, Becky, which is spelled up there, Beckie. And my last name is Belote, Belote. And once you order with me once, all you have to type in is creativememories.com, and it will directly go to me. So it's not forever difficult. Okay. I hope you all have an amazing week. Palm Sunday is approaching. So this is my most favorite season of the year. And we have this beautiful spring weather we've had. I don't know about you all, but we are being drowned and pollen. And so we had the most glorious storm last night. And I'm hoping that when I go out, it's not a pollen storm, because it has been something else. So if I look like I'm tired, it's pollen, not tired. I had a really good night's sleep last night. But you all have an amazing week. Bye now.